Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We are sat outside the Sea Life Centre. We've done that typical thing that I've always used to do, where I film a load of videos to make a vlog with, and I don't do an intro. So this is the intro. So for the past couple of weeks, we've been doing a couple of things. About a week and a half, 2 weeks. We went to a wrestling show. We've been to try some new donuts from a new place that we haven't tried yet. We have. Can you stop? We have geese. We went to a little market. So all of that is going to be included in the video before this, and then me and my friends are going to the Sea Life Centre, so we'll include that here, and then I'll do a little outro with Beth herself, who's not here for the Sea Life Centre, to discuss the things that we did in more detail. I'm not comfortable filming outside, as you might be able to tell, especially geese honking all over the place. So let's just carry on into the video. So we've just tried those donuts, there's little clips in there, and they are some of the nicest dessert options we've had at Herbert Chard. Herbert Chard, usually we're not huge fans of the dessert options, and that's some of the best dessert options we've had. So we're now looking out for those every time they go. Herbert Chard is like home away from home, almost. We go there so often. It was a anniversary pre-engagement. Oh, yeah. It was our anniversary idea. We found out it wasn't open the day we were going to go, because it's only open Thursday to Sunday. And, what?
You do this, people aren't going to hear what you're saying.
Oh, I disagree. So I do apologise for being so quiet. I'll fix that. It was a anniversary trip idea that we didn't end up doing on the anniversary because it wasn't open on Mondays. It's open Thursday to Sunday, and it was also WrestleMania weekend. So, so we finally got to go, and then we started taking everyone there, and it became less and less our thing and more of a thing that we do with everyone. We do make sure we just go, the two of us, every now and again, but we are busy this weekend, which is why we're doing a vlog. As stated at the start of the video, all the things we're doing. So we had to rush this, because now we're off to go watch some wrestling, and this is the first thing that Beth has seen that is not like, it's Kamikaze Pro, and I've never seen Kamikaze Pro before, but we've been to see Progress, we've been to see WWE, we've watched AEW, I've shown her some TNA matches, so this is like a completely different thing to what she's seen before, and it's going to be a very interesting night for her, I think, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing her reaction and reviewing how she feels about the show.
You really thought this was going to happen? Do you really think I was going to get jumped this time? No! I'm never going to get jumped! Not again! Not again!
Where'd he go? Oh, he's there.
Yeah, it's further away than you realise.
It's like, there's people. Leave. What time is it?
Is it half past yet?
It's 1:15.
They don't look sponges. Oh!
Ray's lovely.
It does feel like I'm in the ending of a movie.
You're down the hole. Oh, he left.
I mean, it's pretty wet everywhere, but alright. Thank you for letting me know.
This is a bit weird. Looks a bit easy. My house is just like, go round pretty quick. Oh, he's just missing away. There's a big old one down here. Why is our cigarettes?
What does it?
Yeah.
I need a good one at the big village.
He's got a little house.
Oh no! To smack his head against that.
He's not lost again.
She's got no clue where she's meant to be. Is there a reason they're just back and forthing? I think this is actually Dory telling them. No, he's left. Wait, no, it's right, it's right.
On your right and Ola's on your left. I'm sure if you hadn't known before, you now realise that these otters are nothing like the otters you see on TV. Ozzy weighs 27 kilograms, Ola weighs just over 23. A bit of training at the moment, but we do not train any of our animals to perform circus tricks for the guests.
And that's basically all the footage we have. I don't know how much of it Beth's going to be keeping in. I've completely left her to deal with the editing of this because that's what she wanted to get into. She was like, I want to get into the editing. I was like, okay, that's fine. So if she doesn't include all the clips, fair enough. We've watched a couple back since we filmed them, and we're like, probably won't include this, probably won't include that. So the little market that we went to, we didn't get anything from. So if she doesn't include anything from that, that's probably why. It's very hit and miss. A lot of the stuff there is pretty good. It's usually a really bad time of the month for them to be coming to us. That's usually the problem. There's a bakery that does a honey and spelt bread, and I think about that bread more often than I should. And there's usually like a couple of guys that do breakfast baps on it that take forever and a day. But it's just the charm and the quirks of going. And we always have a nice little time when we go. But if there wasn't much for us to buy, to complete transparency, it's been about 3 weeks. So if there wasn't much for us to buy, there might not have been much for us to film either. Since then, we've had a new sofa that we've been waiting for ages, that I'm currently sat in the corner of, because this is my corner now. The wrestling is the main thing I really wanted to make sure we discussed with Beth on camera, who decided that she was going to do her hair today because she's out tomorrow with her friend to go see Calamity Jane.
Yeah.
And she was like, I can't go on camera like this. So she'll have to just pitch in from the sidelines. We went at the start of March to Kamikaze Pro. Because there was a team called Sunshine Machine Wrestling that Beth and I have seen before. I've seen clips of Robbie X and Man Like DeReese, who were both there as well. And a lot of it's like wrestlers based in Birmingham. So I was like, well, it'd be cool to go support those and see what they're all about and stuff. So we booked it about a week or so before the show. And it was a really good price. And we had a really good time overall. We'd have had a better time if it wasn't like -5 degrees in a little warehouse. You might be able to make it out in the videos that we've got, how small that venue was and how cold that venue was, because there are literal clips, and if you see us zoom in at times and think, what are they doing? Go back and watch it again, because this will come after that. There is steam coming off those wrestlers. It was cold in there, so cold, which may have affected the atmosphere a little bit. We're going to go back when it's a bit warmer to another show. I was going to go to one a couple of weeks ago, but we went to go see my mum instead, which is the far better choice, unfortunately, lads. So I'm hoping to go see whatever their next show is, whenever that is, if we're around, if we're in Birmingham. Yeah. It was very cold, so there was a little bit of a quieter atmosphere there, and not everyone was a bit quiet in comparison to what I'm used to, and in comparison to me. We were talking about it with Jack and Leanne, and Jack has been to a couple of wrestling shows with me, a couple of indie wrestling shows with me, and he said he apologised to Beth, who had to be there with me, who just she was so cold. Beth was. She didn't want to draw attention to the fact that she just sat basically huddled in a coat, hood up and everything, because there was no heating. It's in like a warehouse. That this wrestling show is like in a little warehouse. So she's fully like bundled up, hoping no one could see it, with me shouting and chanting next to her, because I was like, there needs to be some sort of atmosphere. And Jack has apologised to her because he said Tom can be very loud, but when he's at a wrestling show, it's a completely different level of loud. And what he doesn't know is the warehouse was obviously, it's a big space, and they were that quiet that I was echoing off walls. They weren't quiet the whole time, and I will say that there were bits of chanting and stuff going on, but at times you could tell everyone was just like, okay, I'm cold, okay, I'm cold. And where we sat was just really interesting, because you could hear them all going backstage, and you could smell like the deep heat and stuff going on after the matches and stuff. But it all added to like quirk and charm for me, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to going back, which as far as I'm aware, you are too.
Yeah, I'd like to give it another go. it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Very different to what I'm used to.
Yes.
Like, very, very
Yeah, Beth's only been to see Progress, NXT UK, and then live shows from WWE, and then we've watched, obviously, WWE. And all of this means nothing to people that don't watch wrestling, but...
yeah, obviously the standard is nowhere near what I'm used to.
Yeah, yeah. But a lot of them are training, which we knew.
Yeah, and there were some strange matches.
There were some strange matches.
There were some strange wrestlers.
One dressed as a cat.
But
This is really awkward,
would
because I know
like-
you're just looking at me.
I know. I would like to go again when it's warmer.
Mm-hmm.
And hope that there's a better atmosphere, because that's one of the things I really like about going to a wrestling
Yeah.
show, is the atmosphere at a show is
Yeah.
so different to obviously when you sat watching it at home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the fun of going.
Yeah.
But there was no atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were the only atmosphere, and I wanted to...
There was that
Wow.
group. There was that group over, like, we were sat right at the back, and on the opposite side of where we were on the right, there were a couple of there was a couple of lads chanting. And there was one little boy, bless him. He seemed to know everyone there. He must go to every show. And I think his mom mentioned to one of the wrestlers that he wanted to learn, and they do training sessions there. But he's too young at the minute, I think. He kept trying to do like a clap, tried to get a clap going. And every time he tried, it just fell because no one wanted to get their hands out because it was so cold. And then after like the fourth time of trying, I started clapping because I was like, well, I'm cold already. I'm just going to go with it. I want atmosphere. And every time he clapped, he was sat like in front of me. No, next to me.
Next to you.
Next to me. And every time he clapped, obviously he's clapping his hands, but I can't use my other hand because it's busy with the camera. So he was clapping and going. And I would join in with him, and it was the cutest thing. Bless
He
him.
was really cute.
But yeah, I think it would be. There's going to be a better atmosphere when we go again because obviously everyone's going to be a bit more warm.
I would
It was horribly cold in
to
there.
hope so.
Yeah,
I thought I was going to come out before we went in, so before the cold, before everything.
yeah,
I thought I was going to come out and be like, okay, indie wrestling, not for me. You can go, but I'll stick to like the pro stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't come out hating it. Hated how cold I was. There were
Which was fair.
a couple of wrestlers that I quite liked that I wouldn't mind seeing again.
Yeah,
Like I say, in a better atmosphere because it was just how they wrestled in it. I don't know in tiny little pants.
Honestly,
and whatnot, it was so I can't explain to you how cold it was. It was almost warmer outside than it was inside, and this was like beginning of February.
Mm-hmm.
So still really quite cold, and then it started raining outside.
Yeah.
It was freezing in there.
If you didn't spot it, honestly, go back and look at the clips because the steam was unreal.
So fair play to them for carrying on and getting through it. They still put on.
One of them wrestled in a hat. Kept his woolly hat on. That's how cold it was.
And I did feel sorry for them because there just was no atmosphere, which is why I get why you were doing what you were doing. But I was thinking, I look so miserable.
There were a couple of
If they
times.
look here, I am going to look like I've been dragged along, like I'm hating every second, like I don't want to be here. And that wasn't the case. I was just so cold.
Yeah.
You were just drawing more and more attention to us. I was like, will you stop it?
Yeah.
And the more I was telling him to stop, obviously, any one of you who knows Tom, the louder he got.
It wasn't the intention, but also the problem was she told me to start getting quieter, and then there was something that happened. I shouted. Do you know what? At this rate, I'm going to buy the episode we were in just so I can show people because I keep telling them. There was a moment that happened, and I shouted because they were clearly looking for that response. But because it was just me, then all of the wrestlers are just like, you want me to do that again? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it again. And every time it happened, they were like, do you want this to happen again? So I'm so sorry, but I want to give them something. But yeah, so the next time we go, you might see, to be fair, after this, here. Have fun with that editing. if I do buy this episode, I'll record the little clips and she'll either put it in here, she might have put it in before this. She won't put it in afterwards because it's the outro. And we've done a bit of baking since then as well. We went to Crumbs and Doilies, and I enjoyed their food, their cakes and stuff so much that I have joined her Patreon and went out baking. It helps because I don't know if we've mentioned, I'm sure we must have done at this point, that Beth got a Ninja Creamy for Christmas, so she's been making a lot of ice creams. The sugar we needed for that is caster sugar, so I was like, well, 2 birds, 1 stone, let's start baking too. I like my cooking, so maybe this is my gateway into getting into baking as well. So we might do like a couple of baking videos, we'll see. But as for now, because I feel like I've rambled enough on this, and when we've looked back at other clips, we've rambled a lot. So I do apologise. I feel like I say this all the time. I apologise for the length of this video. We'll try and tighten it up a little bit. But we do hope you enjoyed this video, and we do hope you're enjoying the fact that we're coming back with videos, even though it's taking a while to get them out. Mostly just Beth trying to learn the editing software. Also, it felt like we did that video and then we did nothing for 3 weeks, and then we did everything in a week. That was another problem we had. You know, we did the theatre scratch night, which if we didn't talk about, I will be talking about soon on the other channel. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again in the next one.